So you should say welcome to the podcast.
Are you on?
I'm recording now.
Welcome back to the Deeper Podcast. We're so happy.
Because it's all news from around the world today.
But I feel kind of backwards because it's normally I have all the news and you have
all
all
the news today because we're talking about the Ten Commandments. We have a crazy news story for every single commandment.
What lucky students they are.
I know, so it's all crazy news today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the commandment, and then Monica's going to share a time when she broke that commandment, and then I'll share the crazy news story.
And they need to be sure to listen to this because
you have good murder stories.
No. Because this is how they're going to get points at the next Deeper. Sweet.
So we should just start. Thou shalt have what?
No other gods before me?
No other gods before me. So this story comes from New Delhi, India.
Oh boy.
And it's not really funny, it's just strange, but it's the only one I could find for other gods.
Okay.
New Delhi. According to the Associated Press, a baby with two faces has been born in northern India and is being worshipped as the reincarnation of a Hindu goddess.
Oh no!
Hindu pilgrims have gathered by the hundreds to touch her feet and receive blessings. This is my favorite part. She drinks milk from both mouths and opens and shuts all four eyes at once. But they say she's leading a normal life anyway. The picture was weird because it looked like, you know in those pictures, when you're taking a picture of somebody and they turn their head really fast? That's exactly, it looked like a blurry picture of somebody turning their head really fast.
Shouldn't each face have a different name?
Well, it's only one brain.
How big is she?
Baby size? She was normal.
Wow, we need to stay updated on this one.
Yeah, I'll but they're worshiping her as a goddess.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is weird.
And they get blessings from her feet.
They touch her feet to get blessings. Which is strange to me because her feet are normal.
Yeah.
You think you're going to get blessed, you touch her two faces.
Yeah.
Commandment number 2, do you know that one?
Well, I know, again, has something to do with God.
Thou shalt make no...
Idols?
American idols. Thou shalt make no idols. This is a good one.
Okay.
Because I know you, and I know you like to buy stuff on the internet, and so I know you're going to get on the internet today and see if this is on Amazon or eBay. I'm not going to pronounce this name. The Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, which is India's leading Hindu cultural group, obviously, I didn't have to tell you that, but has developed what they call Gau Jowl, or, as it's translated, cow water. What do you think cow water might be made from?
Something from a cow?
Something from a cow that resembles water.
Cow pee?
Cow pee.
Ew.
At its research center in Indian holy city of Haridwar on the river Ganges, and hopes it will be marketed as a healthy alternative to Coke and Pepsi. As you know, Hindus worship cows, right? Hence, This is where the idol, part of the thou shalt not create idols. They worship cows like idols. Indian health food companies make porridge, toothpaste, and tonic drinks which claim to cure ailments ranging from liver complaints to diabetes and cancer with cow dung. So you could be, by Monday probably, brushing your teeth with cow poop.
Sick.
And washing it down with a big glass of Gau Jowl. I want to know what picture's on the can.
Oh, that's true.
Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. That's number 3.
I read one but I didn't print it off, and I don't remember all the details, but a man was like high on drugs or something, claiming to be Jesus. And when the cops actually arrested him, they told them this guy, told the cops that they had received eternal salvation now because they did the right thing by arresting him.
Wow, you'd almost want to let him go at that point.
Except for he was on drugs, and he thought he was Jesus.
4th commandment, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy.
Keep it holy.
Yes. So, but apparently in Jerusalem, Friday afternoon into Saturday is all their one big Sabbath. So their Sabbath starts Friday afternoon. And on one particular Friday afternoon, a rap group called Rebel Sun, a Jerusalem-based rapper and lead vocalist for the local band Kululush, held a block party on the Sabbath and had high schoolers breakdancing in the streets.
No.
On Sabbath.
No.
Which is like our Sunday. So it'd be like going uptown in Pella and seeing all the high schoolers breakdancing to a rapper.
No.
And if I can, I'm going to see if I can find some Kululush music on iTunes and I'll put it I'll use it as a transition right here.
If it arise when you make a fall, ask for all. I was out of eyes, black and call, making my heart stall. She said hi, up to her where, spilling waters in your secret garden.
Number 5, honor thy father and mother. This is just the headline.
Okay.
Court overturns father's grounding of 12-year-old.
Oh no.
A Canadian court has lifted a 12-year-old girl's grounding, overturning her father's punishment for disobeying his orders to stay off the internet. The girl had taken her father to Quebec Superior Court after he refused to allow her to go on a school trip for chatting on websites he tried to block.
That's silly.
It's silly that she sued him. It's sillier that she won, and she's 12.
Yes.
Well, she couldn't go on one school trip, which maybe was, like a day or half a day long? I would guess this lawsuit took weeks, if not months. And plus probably a whole day in court.
She probably already missed the trip anyway.
She probably missed out on so much ridiculous. Okay. Thou shalt not murder. This is the headline. Man killed for sarcastically applauding student. This is in the Philippines. A man was killed and his friend injured for sarcastically applauding a student who sang My Way by Frank Sinatra at a karaoke bar. The student felt insulted as the two men were making fun of his singing. They got into a fight with the student's friends and they left the bar so the fight would not get out of hand. However, the student followed the two men and shot them. He was later arrested. It has been stated in newspapers that Philippine karaoke bars have had to remove the song My Way from the playlist, as many fights have happened when the song is being played.
Question number 1. How do you sarcastically applaud?
And every highway and more, much more than this, I did it my way.
Number 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. Iran. Here's the headline. 2 men stoned to death for adultery. 2 men convicted of adultery in Iran have been stoned to death. Not funny in itself until you read through the entire article and get to this at the end. This was a quote. The stonings were carried out on 2 men who had been charged with crimes, such as having adulterous relationships with married women, and a 3rd man who managed to escape from the pit, which I found interesting because it doesn't mention pit anywhere in here. But then it kind of made sense because I thought, yeah, because if you were being stoned, naturally you would probably run away. But apparently they, according to this one line, they put him in a pit before they throw rocks at him.
One man did escape.
One man got out, which is funny in itself too, because you would think, you know, if he's in the pit, everybody who's throwing rocks would kind of shift and go, hey, get the guy climbing out of the pit. But they didn't. Or apparently they did, but it wasn't enough to keep him from getting out.
Maybe there weren't very many people throwing rocks.
Yeah. And you think maybe the guys with shovels who are digging the pit would go, wouldn't it be easier just to, like, cuff him to a tree or something?
Yeah.
Number 8, thou shalt not steal. I'm going to describe it because the story doesn't do it justice. So there's this electronics store, and there's a man walks up who's going to throw and you know, electronics stores has like the TVs and the cameras in the window that, you know, when you walk up you can see yourself on the TV.
Yep.
This was mistake number 1. The guy could see himself on the TV, didn't think, they might be recording, I should maybe not try to rob this place. Takes a brick and throws it through the window. Problem was it was bulletproof glass. Brick bounces back and hits him in the face. So there's a long period in the video where he's just stumbling and rubbing his face because it hurts. Might have gotten away with it, except for the fact that he decided to see if there was any damage. So he walked up and put his face right in the camera so he could see his face on the TV screen. So he takes his hat off and they have a close-up video from like 2 inches away of this guy's face. So they arrest him within, 24 hours because as soon as they put that on the news, everybody was like, yeah, well, that's obviously George. And he
Oh my gosh.
now has a big bruise on his face.
Brilliant.
Yeah, pretty smart guy.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.